the children of dust and echoes. In the forgotten highlands of Ndukwu, where mountains whispered and rivers ran backward during storms, two children were born under the same blood moon: Elijah, a boy with eyes like firelit coals, and Maya, a girl whose voice could echo through stone. The villagers called them the Echo Twins, though they were not siblings. Their mothers had died the same night in childbirth, and the elders believed the mountain spirits had exchanged their souls for something unnatural. Elijah was raised by a reclusive blacksmith who taught him how to mold metal with bare hands. Fire did not burn him. When angered, flames would curl around his feet, and his breath carried the scent of scorched earth. Maya grew under the care of a blind storyteller. She could whisper into caves and hear voices long silenced. Sometimes, she sang to the cliffs and heard her songs return in languages no one remembered. The people of Ndukwu kept their distance. They marked the children with chalk and ash during festivals and avoided speaking their names at night. But they watched, always watched. One evening, a red mist rolled down the mountain, choking crops and blinding livestock. From the mist came hollow whispers and twisted shadows, things with no feet, only hunger. The village priest declared it a curse awakened by the children's presence. They were not born, they were summoned, he cried, urging the elders to banish Elijah and Maya before the village fell completely. The children fled before dawn, with only a satchel of fruit, a broken talisman, and the storyteller's final words: "The mountain holds your truth. But first, you must bleed it from the dust." Their journey began along the ashen ridge, where wind-sculpted skeletons of trees stood like mourners. There, Maya discovered that her echoes could reveal things hidden, buried doors, forgotten paths, even memories sealed in stone. Elijah, in turn, learned to speak with flame. Campfires whispered secrets. Burnt stones told him of battles long past. The words spoke to them in the language of elements. In the cave of forgotten stars, they met Silas, a being of smoke and glass, who offered knowledge in exchange for pain. He asked Elijah to burn a memory, and Maya to echo a lie. Elijah gave up his happiest moment, his first smile after forging a blade. Maya whispered the village's cruelest story, making it truth. In return, Silas gifted them with a map made of veins and a compass that beat like a heart. As they traveled deeper into forgotten lands, the children began to change. Elijah's blood glowed in the moonlight. Maya's eyes no longer reflected the sky but showed visions of elsewhere. They encountered wild things, the wailing roots, trees that fed on regrets. Mirror hawks, birds that showed the watchers their deepest fears. The Hollow Queen, who offered them a kingdom in exchange for their names. Maya refused. "A name is not a crown," she said. Elijah stayed silent, his fist clenched with smoke. At the edge of the world, they found the crumbling gate, sealed by 6 songs and a flame that devoured lies. It was here they learned the truth: they were not cursed, they were chosen guardians of the balance between memory and fire. Their powers were born from an ancient pact. When the world first split, one twin of dust and one of echo had to rise to mend the divide. But to do this, they had to enter the rift of Oji, a crack in the world where past and future collided. To survive, one had to sacrifice the other. They wept, then planned. Inside the rift, Maya sang the world's first lullaby, slow in time. Elijah stepped into the flame and offered his name to the void. The rift sealed, but not without cost. Elijah's body returned, but his voice was gone. Maya's hair turned silver, and her laughter vanished forever. They returned to Ndukwu not as children but as legends, silent, strange, and changed. The red mist never came again. Crops bloomed. The rivers flowed correctly. Yet the villagers still feared them. Not for their power, but for their silence. For what they gave, and what they lost. They rebuilt a home in the mountains where the wind remembers. They carved stories into stone, taught children to listen to echoes and honor fire. And every blood moon, they light a pyre and sing no songs, letting silence say what history cannot. Lessons. Some children are born with answers to questions no one dares ask. Fear is a shadow cast by ignorance, not evil. To protect the world, you may have to burn a part of yourself. Memory and fire are the oldest forms of truth. Power is not in noise or violence, but in sacrifice, silence, and endurance. A name can be both a curse and a shield. Healing is sometimes louder in silence than in song. Even legends carry wounds. Some roads are meant only for those who bleed without dying. Not every exile is punishment, some are preparation.